I'm Tony Liuzzo, and I want to talk to you for just a minute about our Heavenly Father, our spiritual dad. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever messed up? Have you ever done something stupid where you look back and think, why did I do that? I guess a more serious question would be, what did you do after that? How did you get out of that mess that you were in? Because what happens is a lot of times we run from the mess, or we try to cover it up, or we try to fix it ourselves. But the truth is, we often make a bigger mess. There's a story in the Bible about Jesus telling the people that he was with exactly how our Heavenly Father deals with us and how he feels towards us when we do mess up. The story might be better known as the Prodigal Son. But you see, one day this young man came to his dad and he said, "Dad, I want my inheritance." Now, this was a mistake. He should have been respecting his dad, but instead he was demanding everything that he had coming to him later. And this is a way of disrespecting his dad. He could have been stoned for this mistake. His dad reluctantly gave it to him, and he went off. And like any kind of bad decision, it usually leads to worse things. And while he was going, he ends up messing up even more, and he spent everything that he had, and he lost all his friends, and he ended up with nothing. It's what usually happens when we run from the Father. And in the middle of that, he got so desperate that he decided to go to a pig farmer and offer his services to feed the pigs. While he was doing that, he got so desperate to eat that he began to eat the pig food. It's amazing what we do and how low we get when we run from our Heavenly Father. We end up doing some pretty stupid things, some things that we might have said before that I'd never do. One day he came to himself. He thought, I shouldn't have to live like this. Here my Heavenly Father, or my Father, has so many blessings to give his own servants, and I'm here eating pig food. I'll go to my dad and I'll just tell him that I'm sorry, and maybe he'll make me one of his servants. You gotta understand, him approaching his dad that day, he came to him smelling like a pig. He was in a mess. He didn't know the reaction that his dad would have. And on his way back, the father saw him afar off. And something happened that boy did not expect. The father began to run to him. You've got to understand their culture. See, that boy deserved the punishment of being stoned for what he had done. If he would have entered into that city, what rightly would have come to him was the fact that he could have been stoned by everybody there. But the father went out of his way to meet that boy, and he fell on him, as to say, if you're going to hurt him, you're going to have to hurt me. See, what God does to us when we come to him, he covers us with his love. He covers us with grace. He shows and gives us things that we don't deserve. He does this in a way of saying that you are accepted, you are my child, and nothing ever is going to stop me loving you. What do you do when you mess up? Because sometimes we end up in the pig pen thinking that God doesn't care about us, and our Heavenly Father doesn't want to forgive us, but that is a lie. Because the truth is, when you take a step back towards God, he comes running to us, and he forgives us, and he loves us, and he shows us grace and mercy, and he shows us things that we don't even deserve. He covers us with his love, and he forgives us. And the beautiful thing about it is, he not only pulls us in to be his servant, but that story tells about that father restoring him back as a son. God doesn't make you second grade. You're not leftovers. You're not just a mistake. You're forgiven. And he restores us, and he loves us, and he said, "You are my child." You will never stop being loved by your Heavenly Father. He will never give up on you. So I ask you the question again. What do you do when you mess up? Because your dad, your Heavenly Father, never gives up on you, and he'll never stop loving you.